KB Vega, founder of the online business Inspiher and recent contestant on the reality show The Blox, shared her unique experiences with Newton News.
So my name is KB Vega. My company is Inspiher. We are an online feel-good clothing and lifestyle brand that empowers and inspires women to be the best versions of themselves through self-love, body positivity, and confidence.
Before her brand was formed, Vega started out as an Instagram platform that focused on spreading body positivity and confidence, and this seemed to resonate with other women.
You know, they kind of related to that, some people, and they would write me messages and say how I inspired them and things like that. So I knew that that was kind of my calling and my purpose, was to help people and being able to have them overcome the things that I've also overcome, or help them overcome the things that I've overcome.
With a focus on uplifting self-love and confidence mixed with fashion, Vega started her company Inspiher in November 2021. She attended pop-ups and various events to get her brand out there and interact with people.
It's nice. I like talking to people. I'm a people person, so they get to see my products firsthand, and then they can also get to know me on a more personal level.
Along with being the founder of her company, Vega also competed in a reality show called The Blox, created by Wes Bergmann, an entrepreneur and reality star who has been on shows such as The Real World and The Challenge. She discussed the process of being chosen as a contestant for the show.
I think I was scrolling Facebook one day and I saw this ad, and all it literally said was entrepreneur, and it said, you want to apply for a show. Personally, I thought it was a scam. I'm not going to lie. I said, this can't be, on Facebook you can't really believe everything that you see. But I said, you know what, I'm just going to go for it and take a shot at it. So I did. I didn't think anything of it. To be honest with you, I didn't think anything was going to come out of it. And then I ended up getting a message saying that I was accepted. And I had to do a written interview, and then I actually had to go through the process of a phone interview and then a video interview. Out of my season, it was about 80 plus entrepreneurs there. So it was kind of cool that out of thousands, I was chosen, as one of them.
Vega also talked about what being on the show was like and what she had to do as a contestant.
It was literally like a week of like an entrepreneurial boot camp that was being filmed for this docu-series. And then on top of it, to add more, anxiety, you're also competing as well. So basically how it would start, we would start off with having breakfast in the morning, and then we would have this optional class, which was being taught by previous contestants and winners of the Blox. And then from there, we would have the class with Wes. It would probably last about an hour or so. And then he would give us the assignment. And then from the assignment, you had, several minutes to come up with the answers for that assignment. And then you would kind of disperse into different pods. You would have a pod director, a judge, and things like that. And you basically would kind of pitch, your answers and the strategies and things like that. And then they would score you. And then in the pod, that judge would go ahead and pick the winner of that pod. And then that winner would be on to the Blox off at nighttime.
She also spoke on how being on the show impacted her as a person.
Probably the most challenging experience I've ever gone through, but one of the best, because I not only professionally grew, but I personally grew.
Vega also talked about working with the other contestants who were also entrepreneurs.
It was really inspiring, to be honest with you, to see all these other entrepreneurs in the same boat as you at different phases in their business. Some pre-launch, some a year into it, 5 years into it, 15 years into it. And it was pretty cool that we were all there for the same reason. So it was nice to have that kind of support with each other.
Despite having to compete against the other contestants, Vega reflected on how they were all able to become friends.
Nobody really understands what you kind of went through, except for the people that actually also went through it with you.
Vega also described how the scoring works for the reality show.
So it's basically on the point system. So there's a point system. So however you did during your pods throughout the week, that's what you were being judged on. And then you would go ahead and do the Blox off. And then there was a final winner. And so to speak, it's almost kind of like throughout the week, your accumulated points. Not necessarily for that night or going into the Blox off, but it's an accumulation of your points throughout the week that is the ultimate winner.
She also talked about the struggles of being an entrepreneur and how this experience not only taught her more about entrepreneurship, but surrounded her with a community of like-minded individuals.
To be honest with you, being an entrepreneur and starting your own business, it can get very lonely. It can get very lonely. So it's nice to have that support group and that community where people are kind of dealing with the same thing that you're dealing with, and we can kind of uplift and support one another, empower one another, inspire one another. So it's really nice to have that.
You can watch Season 12 of The Blox on Prime Video, Facebook series, and their custom mobile app, with episodes airing each Sunday. Sydney Becker, Newton News, Newton Highlands.